looking good. How y'all feeling?
Good. Ready for this work. Yeah.
Just your shoulder.
Got my close up.
Just say y'all look. You check that up. I'm gonna call.
Okay. I like the adjustment.
My chain good, right? You got
Just real little bit better.
A little bit, you know what I'm saying?
This curl doing.
That's wild, right
Where
there.
you go?
You know,
You do got to pull it up? Oh, he said let him see.
let me see.
Trying to.
Oh yeah, that's fire. Okay, let's get it.
Still.
I know they better appreciate all this. Y'all better appreciate all this.
You better give me a mic check.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Ooh, mic check 1 2 1 2. You hear me?
Oh. Where's the B1?
Mic check 3 4 3 4. Mic check 3 4 3 4.
So, why now? Why this podcast?
Now is perfect. I think now we're at a place where our marriage has reached the highest level of maturity right now, and there's more growth to happen, but this is the highest level of maturity and healthiness that we've experienced. And it's like now we can start digging in and truly showing people what's the work to get to this point.
Yeah, I think we have, now we have the confidence that the foundation is established, it's settled. We know marriages are under attack, so now is no time like the present to really help clean that up and reclaim marriages for the kingdom.
Let's get it.
What does the work behind the vows really mean to me?
When I think about the work behind the vows, the first thing that comes up to me is like, you know how in the movies always has it where there's this beautiful picture of, you know, you got the guy sitting, getting on one knee, and the fantasy of it, right? Mm-hmm. You get on one knee and people are there and there's music, there's a song, there's the wedding, and there's the chairs and the bride. All of those things are phenomenal. And we had that, you know, I love that, but they don't necessarily show what's the work that goes into keeping.
Absolutely, getting there and keeping it.
Right. But I mean, even if they show the getting there, movies do a great job of like, oh, there was a point where they were happy, they were falling asleep on the phone, and then now there's a lack of trust, and now they regain trust and all of those things. But they don't show that right there that you all experience, that's going to be a part of the journey.
Absolutely.
That's the ebbs and flows of marriage, and that is so intentional. And that's what we're talking about when we say the work behind the vows. We're talking about the intentional work that goes into dying to your flesh and trying to honor love is patient, love is kind, love is always protects, love is hopeful, all of those things. The intentional work of doing those things, that's what needs to be put on display now. Absolutely.
Love and marriage is a hard job. It's hard work, right? Probably one of the hardest jobs that I've ever done, aside from being a mom. And so I think the work behind the vows is really showing the intentional, everyday hard work, the choice that you have to make in that marriage, and how it's not all the frilly, fluffy butterflies that's there in and out, but it's like, no, this is a job. And if you come into this thinking you're gonna always feel those butterflies, it's not gonna work. So this is for people who wanna put in the work and wanna realize, want to prepare for what the task calls for.
Exactly. And I think we have to recognize that we're saying the hard part being killing your flesh. There's so many things that you are wanting to bring to the marriage, like your ego and how you used to handle conflict and handle problems and how you used to pop off to people and all of that. You're trying to bring that into a marriage, and that makes it hard. But these feelings that you want, like that blissful marriage and all, you can create that for sure. But there is intentional work behind it. And that's those vows that you just took. This is what goes into keeping those vows, honoring those vows, but also making sure you all pour into each other. And you know what was crazy as we, before we move on, I did a video, right? And I was talking about this epiphany, okay? It's like, there was one time where you were saying to me, like, so, you know, there were rejection and all of those things. And I'm like, babe, wow, I would love if you would do this, this, and this. And you're like, man, babe, you're trying to get me to fill a hole that can't be filled by me. And what was also dope in that is, you know, there would be a period where you would do the things, but there were also times where you're like, man, I'm tired. I'm poured out to you and all of these things. And it's like, and if you stop, it's like, whoa, you don't love me anymore. Or you rejected me. And you're like, come on, man. Like, there's no way to fill this. And so this is what I mean by the work behind the vows. That understanding that is not your job.
Absolutely.
But truly understanding that I am to love the Lord our God with all my heart.
Absolutely.
And He is to fill the gaps and the holes. And He's going to fill me to a point and you to a point where we start to experience overflow. And you know what I can do with that overflow?
Give it out.
I can give it to you. And you can give yours to me, because we're not pouring from a cup that ends.
Yeah.
Because we are so connected to God. God is constantly pouring into us an unlimited source. That overflow I can now pour into you, and I don't have to focus on my emptiness because I have an unlimited source. And the same thing with you.
Absolutely.
That's the work behind the vows.
Okay, let's talk about childhood. What kind of home did you grow up in?
So I would say I grew up with both my mother and father alive. They married other people, so I had two different homes. I spent my early childhood with my mother up until the age of 11, and I spent the last 7 years with my dad. I love my parents. I would say that it was rough. We grew up in poverty. We grew up really just with what we had, like hustling and striving to get whatever we had. There was lots of trauma, addiction, drugs, alcohol, abuse. And so, yeah, it was pretty rough. Praise God that I got out of it and got out of it to a point where I understood that there needed to be a shift and a transition to healing.
So I would say similar. I think that was one of the things that connected us, where my mother was on drugs. Later we find out that she was also dealing with schizophrenia, like mental health. And I don't think that's something that, you know, people even knew or recognized then. So she was, even while I was living with her for the first 7 years, she was constantly in and out of my life. And then at 7, I went to move with my father. And so that was different, because one, on the other hand, I'm living with someone that I feel like is completely rejected me or abandoned me. And I felt that, you know. And I'm going to individual therapy now because I still feel that sometimes, that rejection or that abandonment. But then on the other hand, I move with my father, and now there's two things there. There's one where here it is where my father is someone that is hurting because he didn't have his father in his life and he's still young. So there I feel like a burden to him. But at the same time, there's a level of pressure that he just brought that this is the standard and it has to be met. The standard always has to be met. And I'm grateful today, but then there was so much pressure to just constantly be great, constantly be on point. And if I didn't, then I definitely knew that I did not hit the mark.
How did you first learn or not learn about love and relationships?
Listen, that's a whole journey, okay? Coming from my childhood so my mother was not married, my mother was married to my stepdad. My father was married to my stepmom. They were never married together, okay? And I don't know that I would say either marriage was healthy in the beginning, just because of addiction, right? Because of all of those other pieces. So in my mom's house, it was absolutely, this is what not to do. Like, there was domestic violence, there was drugs and alcohol, like we were homeless. This is what not to do, okay? In my dad's house, it was kind of what to do because they at least had stable jobs and a house that they owned, and they like loved each other and they had communication. But my dad was an alcoholic.
Right.
And so I would be in there mad too. Like, this is everywhere. So I think when I came into relationships based on what I knew and what I had come from, my initial belief was everything that I would not accept. So when it wasn't about love, it was about safety. So I would come into relationships and be like, you better not put your hands on me. I don't need nothing from you.
Yeah, so kind of come into it with a guard up and all of those
Guard
things.
is up. Yeah. That was from the beginning because of what I had seen. I will not be your maid. I will not, like, all of these things. Not even at all thinking about love for real. There was lust. There was physical attraction. That was a thing. But it wasn't until, actually it was pre-you, that I came to a realization that in my 27 years of life, or it wasn't 27, 22 years of life at that time, I had so many relationships, all different men. I was very intentional on the different types of men that I chose, and they all treated me the same. Like, I'm gonna give you a little insight into women. We go through things like, I'm gonna get me an ugly guy. Cause he ain't gonna treat me bad. He gonna see how cute I am, and he gonna always wanna just worship the ground I walk on.
For sure.
He cheated. I'm gonna give me a short guy. Like, we went through all of that. And so I literally had this moment about 90 days before you where I said, hey, okay, girl, all of these men are different. They are all in different walks of life, and the common denominator is you. What's up? Why do you keep attracting these men who do not treat you with the worth that God says you're supposed to have?
Right, for sure.
And what came out of that was the Holy Spirit saying, well, do you even believe God loves you? Like, what does God's love look like?
Yeah.
And so then I went on this personal journey to figure out, okay, what does God's love look like? How does God say that I am to be loved and I am to be treated? And do I do those things for myself?
That's good.
So when I started doing all of that for me and pouring into me and loving me, I then gained this new standard of what I was willing to accept and what I wasn't. So then you come around and it's like, are you loving me the way God says you're supposed to love me?
Right.
But it literally took going through a whole bunch of frogs to realize, hey, you're attracting the same man because you keep accepting the same thing. Like, so yeah.
I think for me, love was, I didn't look at it, I looked at it differently. I more so looked at it as of hurt. There's a lot of pain associated with love, just because, again, I have a mother who is the lady in my life that demonstrates rejection and abandonment and doesn't necessarily want me or desire me, or at least that's how it looks from my perspective. And it's like, man, but then, I have a father who at times it feels like I am a burden to him, or this is not something that he was planned for or ready for. Again, later on, I understand that, like, man, he was hurting himself. But in that same thing, I'm able to see the type of love that I demonstrate to my family, which my father was a phenomenal provider. I never wanted for anything. I never needed anything, like none of that stuff. I never felt like we were gonna lose anything. And if we were, then I didn't know it, or neither did I feel it. Work ethic. So I look at love as like work ethic and consistency and execution, because that's what he demonstrated. My grandmother, she brought a softness to it. Whereas I remember when I lost my virginity, my grandmother, I felt more comfortable telling my grandmother than my father, which is crazy. So I tell her, and she's like, oh, God, she's just, I don't want to know all the details. I'm like, no, you don't know. I'm gonna tell you. So this is what I did. But the next day, I come back and there's a brown bag full of condoms on my bed. She was a nurse, so she even had flavored condoms.
My gosh!
I'm like,
Grandma.
what is this? What is the flavored condoms?
Shirley, we giving an 18-year-old flavored condoms.
So she's like, well, I don't know what you out there doing with your thing.
What your thing?
So I had mixed thoughts on what love is. I couldn't really define it, and I didn't even love myself enough to understand fully what this was. I grew up with a lot of hate. I was resentful. I was angry. All of those things, and so that was my experience with love. The healthy relationship that I did see came from my aunt Yvette and her husband, Uncle Ty. And that was great. It was great to see how they talked and communicate, and I was able to spend a summer with them, and it was like, dang. I was even in their wedding, so it was like, dang, this is beautiful. I love that. I want that, So yeah.
That's good.
Were there unspoken rules in your home around emotions and conflict, or conflict?
We yelled a lot. That's how we communicated in Mom's house. That's how we communicated. We yelled. We also hit because there was domestic violence. So hitting was a common occurrence. Kids were to be seen and not heard. So we were often told to shut up, or we would get, whooped to shut up. I'll give you something to cry about. All of that kind of stuff. I think that communicated to me that you don't share those emotions, right? Like when things are happening, you shut your mouth, you deal with it.
Yeah, for sure.
You get through it, it'll be all right. There was also, like I said, I experienced sexual abuse as a child, right? There was also this silence around that. We don't tell anybody about what happened. We don't tell anybody that you were violated. It's all right.
And that's scary.
Yeah.
It's a scary place to be, where this family that is supposed to keep you safe, their safety was disrupted. I remember, I don't know if you remember this, I had asked you one time, what was stolen from you? Like, what do you think was stolen from you? And do you remember your response?
I don't remember my response. I remember the question, but I think if I recall, was my response my dreams?
Well, similar, but it was like they stole my happy ending.
Yeah.
That was the response, and that right there, when I heard you say that, in my mind, I'm like, I'm gonna restore it. I'm gonna make the happy ending that was supposed to be there. I'm gonna make it happen.
So clearly we need to have tissues in this because this is not gonna go well. So yes, you can never restore that.
I know, but but that's what I'm saying.
Because I'm a completely different person
For sure.
than I was designed to be initially,
For sure.
pre-trauma. And I think that's the part that frustrates me and the part that makes me like resentful. Now, not often. I've done a lot of healing, a lot of therapy, right? I don't get resentful about what I've experienced too much. But when I think about the characteristics and the qualities of who I used to be,
Yeah, for sure.
of what I liked, and that's why I said my dreams. Like pre-trauma, I was a joyful, always singing type child. And so looking at me today, I mean, I went through a whole lot of cynicism. I was very cynical, okay?
For sure.
And just negative and a pessimist, and I had so much hurt. And so I'm just like, y'all truly, helped me to become the woman that I am today.
Right, for sure.
But it's like, who would that other girl have been?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, what would she have done? When I think about that does create sadness.
Yeah.
It creates frustration. It creates like, and then I got to go back into my prayer closet and pray like, God, because I got to the point where I was able to forgive the person who abused me.
Yeah.
And I was able to have conversations and I was able to move forward. And when those feelings arise, it makes anger rise up again, right? It makes me like, oh, that's why I can't stand you. And it's like, no. God has called you to love. So let's pray through this and let's love. Because that hate and that anger, absolutely what he did was foul, right?
For sure.
But harboring that isn't going to do anything but hinder me.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's like, okay, we have to work, we have to love. So absolutely. But there was definitely that common thing of just shut up and go through what you're going through and you'll be all right.
Yeah, I think that it was the same of just, I think just like being raised with my father, his childhood was taken from him and his happiness was taken from him. So no one, I've heard him talk about it, and if I look at the situation about his father rejecting him, and we went and saw his father one time when I was living with my father. They didn't talk to each other for like 20 plus years.
Wow.
I seen my grandfather one time, and he was alive throughout my entire childhood. And so his feelings weren't recognized or validated or thought about or whatever. So that was the standard then. It's like, bruh, I remember there was one time I had just got broken up with by a girlfriend from church, because her mom was like, no, you don't need to be doing doing anything with boys. You break up with him now. She breaks up with me. I come home and I'm sad and I'm listening to Michael Jackson. I'm like, when I had you, I treat
Are you gonna go
bad.
do this whole song? Okay.
I'm like, I'm singing, and he hears me. He's like, boy, turn that mess off and take your butt upstairs. But it ain't that serious, And it was just like, it was a complete dismissal of my feelings. Like, I'm hurting. You don't even know. And I got Boys to Men playing
Oh my Lord.
on my arm and all of that
How old
stuff.
are you?
I don't even remember. This maybe is this 8th grade, 8th grade or something like that.
Oh my gosh.
Or it could have been high school. I just remember this moment. That was the first moment where I was like, I'm hurting, and then it's like there was no hug, or there wasn't it's gonna be okay. That's just wasn't him. It wasn't done for him. So I understand that. But I never got like you're gonna be okay, or even ask like, are you okay? How are you feeling today, or things like that. You got to figure it out. You got to go through it. So that's what I knew. So feelings could not be expressed, and that's why I was just angry all the time. I was just angry.
Yeah. That's legit.
What examples of marriage did you see growing up?
So, as I said, both my parents were married. So I had my mom and my stepdad. I had my dad and my stepmom. I was really close with my stepmom side of the family. They were the sane side.
They're the side that I'm used to hanging around when it comes to my family.
Yeah, yeah, like all holidays, all things. And so with my stepmom, she has 2 sisters and 2 brothers, and they are all married in healthy marriages. And so I definitely had them, and I would really go to them. So for healthy, I had them. My stepdad and my stepmom were not unhealthy. It's just initially they were.
Your stepdad?
My dad and my stepmom.
Okay.
Excuse me. Yeah. My dad and my stepmom were not unhealthy. Initially they were with his addiction. But he sobered up and things definitely were better. Absolutely. My mom and my stepdad were absolutely the example of what not to do.
For sure. But here's the thing, we would go over to her mom's house, and that's where I can do some of the stuff, we playing dominoes, we're slamming a domino, but every time you knew there was going to be some type of argument that breaks out, amongst somebody. You knew there was going to happen, the other side of the family.
And that's not the part that's bad.
I'm not saying that bad.
At Black Gather, even at my stepmom's house, you could play dominoes or spades or something. We did actually play games at holiday, at Thanksgiving. Don't do my family. Don't do my family.
We play all right, two words. Movie, what's that? Charades.
Whatever.
We play charades.
Regardless,
we ain't play no cutthroat type.
Regardless, we did with my sister.
Put it down if you want to.
With my sister, we did.
Put that. I got something for you. Put it down if you want to.
Listen, with my sister, we did.
Which sister?
Lachelle.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, we did.
That's not your stepmom's side of the family.
It's not, but still, I'm just saying and she didn't have the fights and all that is what I'm saying.
Okay.
But now this is what I'm saying. The cards and spades, all of that's not bad. The things that made
I wouldn't bring it up since.
Yeah, the things that made my mom's home the example of what not to do was the addiction, the abuse.
And abuse.
Sure. Absolutely. All of that made it you don't want to be here.
Yeah.
So that was that part.
Yeah. I had two examples, but both of them weren't necessarily in my home. One was both are my aunts. One is my father's sister. They live in Jersey, my Uncle Ty. I love them. And then the other one is my grandmother's sister who lived on the north side of Chicago, my Aunt Sandra and her husband. We would spend Christmases there, things like that. And they always seemed so put together. They always had...
hanging out with your family was like hanging out with my stepmom's family.
Right, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But we weren't hood.
But then we go to your mama's house. And it was like being at my mama's house. I'm just saying.
Crazy. But the thing about I wasn't necessarily raised there. So even when I go there, it's like, okay, all right.
Cut it out.
Cause so that was the examples that we had.
What did being a husband or being a wife mean to you before marriage?
So that word submission was a curse word to me before marriage. Okay? Because when I thought of wives, I thought of submission in the sense that they have no voice, they have no being, they are maids, they do whatever he says.
Right.
And I vowed never to be her.
Right, for sure.
I was like, I am not.
Right.
I will not be her.
Right. Nor did I want that though.
Right. Definitely that's what I thought. Like I thought a wife was to just be at his every beck and call.
For me, it was as a husband. I didn't really know. I only knew about the standard of being a phenomenal man, and that was my father protecting and providing. That's what I knew. So I'm like, it can't be any different, being a husband. I'm going to make sure I protect. I'm going to make sure I provide. That's what I always felt from my father. So that's what I wanted to bring. I also understood that there was a point where my father was like, he used to play because we watched 5 Heartbeats, and there's a scene in 5 Heartbeats where the guy was like, man, you ain't got your woman in check? Because she was talking or whatever. And so I remember you were giving your thoughts or something, and he jokingly was like, you ain't got your woman in check? It's like, what? And so we had conversations about that, like, you know what, you got to tell that woman. And that's not something that I wanted. It was like, for me, that was a thing that was so attractive about you, was the fact that your mind and your thinking and the way you read and would read books and research and your intelligence. And I was like, and I'm like, so for me, I genuinely looked at it like, oh, I'm about to have somebody that we're gonna build something crazy with. This is and that's what I've always tried to do, is whenever I have an idea, I'm like, babe, we can do this together.
So that's why you come with those crazy ideas.
You see what I'm saying? And I know that I always look at it, I'm like, I know my ambition and my execution, I need baby's mind. If I put my ambition with her mind, with your mind, like, we will never lose. And that was my thought. Like, so the nerd in you is like what really was so attractive. And the fact that I didn't have to make all of these decisions on my own. So I didn't want to have a marriage where it's like, you do what I say. Then that means that I have to think for both of us.
Right.
And
And I'm not.
that for me that's dumb to me. It's like I just lost the value of having both of us. I just lost that. The Bible talks about in Ecclesiastes, 2 are better than 1. It's like, you know what I'm saying? And then when you add God to the situation, we at that third chord or whatever. But understanding that the power of 2 is just phenomenal. And I wanted us both of our minds going, both of us to be able to look and seek out solutions for problems. And that was important to me.